is TrishunaT the makeup artist, and I'm the owner of Beauteous Cosmetics. And today we're going to go step by step on how to do a soft glam using my products and also some other household makeup favorites. So just keep on watching. Okay, so first we're going to start off with the brows. I am going to use the Wet&Wild brow pencil. It is in the color deep brown. 649A deep brown. So I actually did my eyebrows yesterday, so they are freshly groomed. So you just want to brush the hairs up, just make sure that they all are in place and just carve out. Now when you carve out your brow, try to be light-handed with it because you don't want it to have like this very harsh line. And you want to stay right at where your natural brow is. Now when it comes to the end, you want to, this is kind of how I look at how to do brows. So you center the middle of your brow in the perimeter of your nose. So here, here, here. So you use your nose as a way to scope. So however shape it lands, that's how you scope. So here is where the arch would be, and that's the tail. And you want to not bring the tail too far out. Unless you just like that, then by all means, but I kind of keep it right at that point. And then if your brows are thick like mine, you could just lightly fill them in. And once you get to the front, this is when you really want to be light-handed. So it's like you see me writing the line, but it's not as, you know, dark as on the ends. And when you come to the front, you just want to do light strokes. So you want to do hair-like strokes. And that is all for filling them in. Then next, you want to use a brow freeze gel. I have the Anatasia Beverly Hills brow freeze gel. And then you want to go in, because this is how it looks. And then you want to go in and just brush it in the same motion that you originally brushed your brows in. And this is going to keep the hairs in place, keep it clean and concise. Now you see that? And if you want to be a little bit extra like me, before it actually freezes in place, I got this little stencil. I forgot where I got this from. And you just want to push the hairs. And as you can see, it's kind of more concise like that. We're going to use these two concealers. They are the LA Pro Girl Concealer. I have one in the color Chestnut and the other in Dark Cocoa. Now, when you fill in your brows at the arch of the brow, you want to use the lighter shade, because by using the lighter shade, it defines the brow more. It like makes it look more defined. That's the only word I can think of. It just defines the brow more and like makes it pop. And you want to, of course, use the darker shade towards the front. And then I'm going to actually take one of my brushes from Beauteous Cosmetics. And then we're going to go in with the brows. And you just want to just keep this color right in this area. just like that. And then we're gonna do the same on the other side. And also when it comes to brows, don't stress yourself out with making them look exactly the same, because brows are sisters, not twins. Like, they're not going to look exactly the same. Right, then now we can go in with the darker shade in the front. And when you do both shades, kind of like make them connect and blend together. Like so. When it comes to the top of the brow, you don't want to use either one of these colors. So what I do is, for the top of the brow, I use whatever foundation I'm going to use. So today I'm going to use Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Long Lasting Foundation in the color 420. And you're gonna use that on the top. And the reason for that is it's easier to blend once you get to doing your foundation. Because if you have a light concealer on the top, it's gonna take much more effort for you to blend in a lighter shade concealer when you could just use your foundation color. And so we're just going to, and you wanna make sure you have enough product on the brush so that it just glides. Like so. And then let me clean that up a little bit more to make it sharp. Okay, and then kind of buff out the ends so that it don't have like a harsh line, but be careful. But yeah, just kind of buff it out. You see how that looks seamless to what's at the bottom. Now I'm going to take the Real Techniques brush, the brush number 402, and just basically blend this in. Just blend the bottom half of the concealer in, and then you do the same to the other side. This concealer in the color 13, and we're going to add that to our lids. And this is basically prepping the eyelids for this eyeshadow that you're gonna use. And the reason why we use a lighter shade is because with the lighter shade concealer on the eyelids, it brings out your eyeshadow color better, opposed to you placing it on just a dark natural color lid. All right, now that the lid is concealed and we have our base down on the lid, now we can go in and make sure everything is flat. All right, now we can go in with the eyeshadow. So we're going to use my Nude palette from Beauteous Cosmetics, and we're going to use this color and this color. Because like I said, since this is a soft glam, we're just going to keep it all in the brown family. And we're going to use Beauteous Cosmetics brush. And I'm going to go in with the darker shade. So you just want to lightly tap it. And then start from the wing of your eye. And you want to pat. Once you've packed it in, then we're going to buff it out. So you want to, like so, pack it in, and then now you could go in with buffing it out. And you don't want to add any more product because, trust me, as you buff, it's going to spread out. Nice neutral brown up top compared to this side. Do the same thing to the other side. We're going to pat it in, and then now you can buff it out and kind of like raise your brow, because depending on how much eyelid space you want to be able to cover it. So I raise my brow when I do this, and then I just continue to buff. Just continue to buff it out. And when you buff it out and you keep going back and forth, try to bring it right up in here. And the reason for that is once it's time to contour your nose, it'll be easier because you have a good starting point of the bridge of your nose, if that makes sense. So you kind of see like how I'm bringing it right here and it's leaving this area bright. So I know that once it's time for me to contour my nose, that is where my powder and any concealer that I want to put will go. So yeah, so you just buff. And like I said, it gives it a nice subtle brown shade. Now we're gonna go in with the lighter shade of brown. And I'm using a different brush this time. So at first I had this brush. See how it's, you know, now we're using this one. And then we're gonna go in and just pat. Just pat it in. This time you don't want to buff. Just pat the color in. We want the color to be patted in all on the lid of this area. So keep it right in this area. And you just continue to pat. So when it comes to the prep of the face, it's a couple things you want to consider. One, how your skin is, if it's oily, if it's dry. Two, how long you're gonna be wearing your makeup, because you wanna use products that's going to help with the longevity of you wearing your makeup and just continue to make it look flawless throughout the day. And you want to also consider what type of day it is. If it's raining, if it's hot outside, all of that play a factor into applying makeup. So first, since it's about to get hot outside, I suggest putting on a moisturizer first once you do your skincare in the morning, and then adding a sunscreen. This is a sunscreen that I will be applying. It is the Vacation Classic Whip SPF 30 sunscreen. And as you can see, it's shaped like it would be whipped cream. So now with this, a little bit goes a long way, so I'm not going to use too much. That's about all I'm going to use, because once before I used a lot of this and it was everywhere. So you want to get that all in the skin, and don't worry about the whiteness of it. It's going to go away. And you want to get that all saturated, because another thing to know about why adding sunscreen, because if it's hot outside and if you are lighter than me, or if you're darker than me, dark skinned people can get sunburn. Your skin can get sunburned with makeup on. So you want to protect the skin that is up under the makeup and make sure that it remains in the state that it was before you put the makeup on. So now that we have applied the sunscreen, get this off my hand. Now that we've applied the sunscreen, we can go in with a primer. The primer that I am using today will be the e.l.f. Power Grip. Now again, once I put this on, it's going to give kind of like a whiteness to it, but so you want to use about that much and make sure you're really getting that in. And yeah, like I was saying, once you put it on, it's going to give like another whiteness to it from you adding the sunscreen, but that will go away. And you want to pack that on. Make sure you're really getting it in. One thing that I do to make sure that I'm getting it in, I have a fan. So I'll turn my fan on like the lowest setting, and then I'll allow it to sit in place for a second before I get to applying my foundation. Because like I said, you want to make sure that your primer and your sunscreen is all properly set before you put the foundation on. The method that I'm going to use with applying all my cream products is called underpainting. So it's when you place your concealer, highlighter, bronzer, any cream products that you have, you put those on first, then add your foundation last. So I'm going to use my concealers, my blush shade concealers from Juvia's Place in the colors 6 and 13. You want to use the darker shade first. So you want to build the bright under eye first. And then it's no need to put concealer all up under here because you don't want it to look cakey. You don't want it to get cakey, and you just want it to look flawless. To be flawless. And then add it right up in here. Take the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Joy. And we're going to add that right below where you placed, do 3 dots. Right below where you placed your concealer, your first layer of concealer. So, and when it comes to blush, you want to keep it right in here, like right where your cheeks started and end it kind of at the tip of your ear. Because it makes the face look more shaped like that instead of starting it right here and then, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make it make sense on how to do the placement. So we're going to go in and blend this out. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I want to spray the face first or not. So, okay, we're going to just go ahead and blend this out with the Beauteous Cosmetics brush. So you just blend, blend, blend. Just keep blending. Keep blending, keep blending, and you want to kind of drag it over. You blend the concealer and drag it as you go. And drag, and you want to bring it all the way up. So you blend and bring it up. And as you can see, it's nicely blended. We're going to blend this out. Then I like to use the tip because it's a little bit more pointy. And I turn it when it comes to my nose. And then I just blend. Try to drag that all the way over. And then just blend. And as you can see, like how I was mentioning about the eyeshadow, it kind of already lets you know where to contour the nose at. So that is how we're looking on the first layer of concealer. To blend out the blush, the Beauteous Cosmetics, and we're just going to take it up, take it up, take it up, take it up. You don't want to drag it down. You want to always bring it up so your face can be lifted and vibrant looking. So you just want to take it up. And you can add as much or as little as you want. It's up to you, your preference. And I love blush, so I think I'm gonna add just one more dab. Okay. And then we're just going to pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. Now you see it brings color into the face. Okay, we're going to use the second layer of concealer up under the eye, and this is going to be a brighter shade. Now this one, since it's brighter, don't put it here. Keep it right where you see me placing it. Keep it right in that area. And then this time, since we're in the inside of the eye, I'm going to actually take the Real Techniques brush, and we're going to just pat and drag. See how that easily, like that's why I say like it's not necessary to add a full under eye of concealer, because a good concealer, you're gonna be able to drag it out. We can go in with our foundation. Like I mentioned, this is the color 420. And with this step, I like to put it on the back of my hand. I just use 2 squirts on the back of my hand. And usually, you want to make sure you add all your cream products before adding any powders or anything, and make sure that the face is nice and have your cream products first before adding powders, because usually I will go in and set my under eye, but since I haven't added my foundation yet, I need to add the foundation first, then set the under eye. So we're gonna using another Beauteous Cosmetic brush. I'm going to kind of dab it on my hand. That kind of takes away the excess and make it not look so cakey. And then we're just going to go in and blend. Just going to blend, 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 blend. All right. So I think we have enough foundation on. Enough foundation. We have all that. I didn't even use all of the foundation that's on my hand. And as you can see, this is what we're looking like on the foundation. And we're gonna go in. For adding the creams, I'm going to spray my cream products down with this facial spray. Just shake it up a little bit. Then I'm going to use my fan. Right. Now we can set the under eye and do our cream products. And I'm gonna put my lashes on last because it'll be a little bit easier that way. So it's a difference between setting your eye and baking. So setting is when you take your powder and you just press it in and you let it set. Baking is when you see the girls that have the triangle powder and then they begin to wipe it off. So that is baking. Setting, you don't wipe off the powder, you just let it set in place. So I'm going to use this butter powder, about that much, and I'm just going to press it in. Just press it in place. And you want to kind of do that on all the areas that you originally put the concealer. And another thing I like to do is take a little bit and swipe it. Swipe it across my brows because that kind of set them in place a little bit more too. Now we can contour the face. This is the palette that I'm using. I've had this palette for so long. And I always use these two colors here. And like I mentioned, if I did have a cream bronzer, I would have put the cream bronzer on before doing this, but I don't have any. And then we're gonna use the Beauteous Cosmetics angled brush. Just do a couple dabs. And you wanna kinda go in a number 3. Go in a number 3, just like that, and I'm gonna show you. And kinda keep the larger part of the brush faced upward. And to get the face lifted, don't bring your bronzer down, push it up to make your face look more lifted. So right up under the blush, you want to just push it up, push it up, push it up. Then we're going to drag, push it up, and then here, pat, push it up. And it's right, you see how it's right up under my cheekbone, and it defines the cheekbone more by doing it that way. Okay, so I take the same similar brush that I use. The excess product that you see on your brush, you can contour your nose with it. So let me see if I can show you guys. So you can, but you want to make sure that you're buffing it into the eyebrow to give it a more seamless look. So, because to make this a little bit more easier to explain, now you see how it's contoured, so you don't even need to add any extra product to your brush. You could just use the excess eyeshadow from what you put on your lids and just buff it out. And you see now the nose is nice and contoured. It's not too harsh. So yeah, with our powder blush, I'm using the Crayon Case Blush Binder. I love this thing. And then I just, right on top, right in the same area, do the same motion. And you build it however you see. See how it just livened the face up? And if you like me and you like blush, this is what you're gonna come up with. Now we're gonna use the Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to bake my face. I'm gonna bake my face with this powder. And it's best to use a triangle sponge. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean when it comes to this. So you want to take your triangle sponge. I got these off of from Shein. They were $2 for this entire pack. I got one in pink and one in purple. So you want to press that powder into your triangle like so, and then we're gonna go in, pat that down just like that. Then we're gonna press that. Let me get a little bit more. Pat that down. And then, let me see if I can, just like that. Let me get a little bit more. And it's up to you what areas of your face you want to bake, essentially. It's totally up to you on how you want to do this. But this is kind of how I do it. Then I take it and I define the area that I contoured, define that area a little bit more. And then you're just gonna let this sit on your face until you're done applying your lashes and your lips. Now we're going to apply our lashes. I am going to use my lashes from Beauteous Cosmetics. This is what they're looking like. And I'm actually going to apply them off camera, but I'm gonna show you guys kind of how I do it. So I add the lash glue onto my lash line and also on the lash line of the actual lash. So to the lash line. The lashes are on. Now we're going to move on to our lips. I'm going to use this pencil. I do not know where I got this pencil from. The name is smeared off, so I cannot see what that say. But it's a, just get you a brown pencil. You can find them at the beauty supply store or any type of convenience store, really. Then you're just going to line your lips. And in my opinion, brown is always the best color to line your lips with. And you just want to stay within your natural lip line. Unless you like that overdrawn look, then by all means you can do that. But I like to keep it like how my brows naturally are. I mean, how my lip naturally is. That is it. Now we're going to go in with the NYX Soft Matte Cream lip glosses, lip creams. And these are the two I am using. Gonna go in with the darker shade first. And you want to just pop your lips. You don't want to rub them together. Then now the lighter shade. Now, you can leave it like this. I usually leave it like this for that matte look, or you can go in with a lip oil. I got this lip oil off the TikTok shop. It is great. It just say lip glow oil in the color pink. And you could just take that and go over the top. I kind of just dab it because I don't want to do too much. And there you have it. Now it's time for us to wipe off the powder, but what I'm gonna actually do is use, we're gonna go in with our powdered foundation from Fenty in the same color shade as the cream foundation as I use, and I'm just gonna dab a little bit on there, and I'm going to wipe off my powder with my cream. That way you get a seamless finish. Like, it comes out much more. Just dab it twice. And wipe. Dab it twice. I usually like buck my eyes a little bit. I don't know why. Don't ask me why I do that. I don't know. Dab it twice and wipe. Dab it twice and wipe. And just put a little bit on the chin. There. All right. So you could stop here and add your setting spray, but I'm gonna take it one step up. We're gonna go in with mascara. This is the Essence Lash Princess mascara, and we're going to do our bottom lashes. We're gonna do our bottom lashes. So let me get my mirror so I can see if it can come out. Okay. See, it gave it a much more dramatic look to it. So I'm gonna do the other side and I'm gonna be right back. We got the bottom lash done. We're gonna go in with 2 sprays, Make It Last matte spray. They do have this in a dewy, but for me, myself, I don't like dewy makeup. I like the matte finish. So hold on, let me spray a little bit. Let's shake it up. And then we're gonna go in with the One Size spray. All right, guys, so this is the finished look. This is my way of doing a soft glam. You can really wear this anywhere if you're going out with your friends, having a photo shoot, going to work, anything. This look, I feel like, is timeless, and it can, like I said, it can go anywhere with you. But one other thing, if you want to be extra like me, you can add highlighter. This is my all-time favorite highlighter. It is from the Crayon case. Oh my God, this highlighter is so bomb. And you don't need a whole lot of it for it to show. Let me see. So I'm going to use my brush. And when I say not a whole lot, that right there is too much. So I'm going to dust some of it off. Look at that. Look at that. Now, some people say that highlighter is old and people don't wear highlighter no more. I don't know who came up with that, but I'm gonna still put some highlighter on. Like, it's just chef's kiss. It's like, oh my God, it just puts it all together to me. So I'm going to have all the products that I use linked down below, and I'm going to also have my website and all of my social media information down below. So if you guys love the products that you saw from my collection, please don't forget to shop with me. And I definitely appreciate you guys for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and be on the lookout for more videos like these. And I will see you guys next time. My name is TrishunaT the makeup artist. Bye, y'all.